Welcome.
Federal prosecutors reportedly talked to the top Democrat in the Senate as they built their corruption case against New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. Politico now reporting that Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid voluntarily spoke to the feds last year about this case. Senator Menendez, meantime, vowing to fight the looming charges over claims that he pushed the interests of a donor and a friend in exchange for gifts. Julie Roginski is a Fox News contributor and was an advisor to former Democratic Senator Frank Lautenberg of New Jersey, and David Avella is the chair of GOPAC. Julie, let me start with you because this is your home state.
It is.
Senator Menendez, this broke during the Real Story on Friday that he was going to be charged by the DOJ. What do you make of it?
Well, first let me say that Bob Menendez is a good friend and has been for 20 years, so I speak at this probably a little bit more emotionally because of that personal relationship. I am outraged at the Justice Department's behavior. You don't leak ongoing investigations. Nobody's been charged. Nobody's been convicted, certainly, but no indictment has been handed down, and yet Bob Menendez, because of leaks, anonymous leaks in the Justice Department, is being excoriated and treated essentially like a felon. Thanks to the work of this Justice Department, it is inexcusable. I think Eric Holder owes an explanation to all of us as to how the Justice Department is able to leak internal deliberations, internal grand jury proceedings that by coincidence ended up on the internet for about an hour or two last week. By sheer coincidence, I've never heard this happen before, where you have these kinds of leaks unless they're planned, and that is inexcusable to me.
So we just heard David, a Democrat, saying some pretty tough words about another Democrat, Eric Holder, and these leaks. Could it possibly be political? Because Bob Menendez has come out against President Obama and the administration on Cuba, Iran, Ukraine.
A lot of people believe that. And if it is true, this White House is more naive than we thought. Julie and I both have spent a good part of our careers working in New Jersey. And if they think going after Bob Menendez because he disagrees with them on Iran will make it easier to pass what he wants to do, this deal he's trying to put together with Iran, they're foolish. And he will do everything he can to make sure he gets enough votes to sink their deal.
Well, what does it mean that they involved Harry Reid and apparently went to him? Do you see anything in that?
I don't, because apparently this was over legislation that was proposed, so I suspect that you go to the majority leader, or the time the person that was the majority leader, to discuss any legislation that might have been pending. But David raises a very good point, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist whatsoever, but 2 weeks before the Iran deal is supposed to be negotiated, or an interim deal is supposed to be negotiated, Bob Menendez incredibly outspoken against this kind of deal. All of a sudden, these leaks are coming now, when this investigation's been going on allegedly for at least a year and a half. What does that mean? What does that say? At the very least, it makes people go down a road that I think this Justice Department does not want them thinking going down.
Okay. I want to move on to this, but nice comments on both of that from both of you. Democratic ranks appearing split now on Hillary Clinton's exclusive use of private email while Secretary of State. Some in the party demanding an explanation. Others are defending the potential presidential candidate. Listen to this.
I think that she needs to step up and come out and state exactly what the situation is. You know, some people say, well, she had a server.
You think this silence is hurting her?
I think at this point, from this point on, the silence is going to hurt her.
People who keep going, Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. Well, there have been several investigations by the committees and others. They've come up with zeros, and they just keep at it.
David?
The Clintons have an amazing ability that their actions question their trustworthiness and their judgment. There's got to be a word for this drama that they can create to get people to question their judgment. In fact, it's why we got the no drama Obama in 2008. He promised no drama. Democrats wanted that. And you're seeing more and more Democrats saying, maybe we do need to rethink this whole idea.
If you were advising Hillary Clinton right now, Julie, she just gave a big speech and apparently didn't mention it at all. What would you advise her to do?
I would advise her to take Dianne Feinstein's advice and have a real conversation with the American people. To my big chagrin as a Democrat, David is absolutely right. This drama has got to end. She's essentially asking the Democratic Party to put their faith in her as our nominee. She's cleared the field. I mean, there's really nobody else. A lot of it due to her own hard work. Level with us. Level with the people you're asking to put your trust in you. Tell us what's going on. This is not just a little scandal that's going to go away. She was a Secretary of State.
Right.
These are public records that should have been made public. There's no excuse for it. Dianne Feinstein's right, and if I were giving her advice, I would tell her to have a press conference or at least have a press avail and address this.
All right, we'll see if she's listening to you. Julie, David, thank you.
Thank you.